survive if I let you.
What's good, everybody? This your boy Blackout Jones. You know where you're at, just shooting the sports. First and foremost, I appreciate everyone that continues to support this channel. Thank you for my new subscribers. Welcome to Just Shooting the Sports. Trust me, you're going to love this content that I bring to you each and every day. Also, for any and everyone that is in the path of this storm that is coming through the Midwest, through the South, through the East, a little bit up north, be safe. Make sure you have all the essentials that you need to be safe, to stay warm. Just in case of any power outages, make sure that you charge up any and everything that you have to the fullest, so that if that is the case, which we hope it isn't, then you'll be prepared. And I pray for everyone's safety, and just let's just get through the days that are coming to us. Also, I want to talk about Josh Heupel, his recruiting that he's been doing this past week for the last couple of days. But I want to talk about the main recruitment, and that is DGG. If y'all don't know who DGG is, that's Gabriel Georges. He's out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, by way of Canada. He's the running back, the number 2 running back in the 2027 cycle, 5-star. He went down to Baylor School in Chattanooga to visit him, to keep the momentum going, because I truly believe that Tennessee definitely has a shot in getting DGG. Yes, there are other teams out there, other universities that are going to be coming at him, especially Ohio State. It looks like that's the battle between Tennessee and Ohio State once again. Ohio State has won some, we've won some. So, of course, this is going to go down to the very end. But anyway, I want to kind of touch on DGG for a second. Like I stated, he's the 5-star running back, number 2 running back in the country right now, and he is part of the 2027 recruiting cycle, which has been Tennessee's main focus to get one of the best running backs in the nation to commit to Rocky Top. Understand, last year we missed out on a running back. We pretty much put all our chips into Savion Hyder. Of course, he decided to go to the University of Michigan. Now, when Michigan was having their issues in regards to their coach and their coaching staff and just the culture itself, there was a little hope that maybe he'll able to change his mind and possibly Tennessee will be able to get him. But of course, that wasn't the case. He decided to stay at the University of Michigan, which, it was kind of expected anyway, especially when you get a guy by the name of Kyle Whittingham to join, to be the new head coach. So it was understood. Now, as recently as January 6th, DGG, David Gabriel Georges, he was named the National Player of the Year by MaxPreps.com, just days after he was named Tennessee Prep Player of the Year by the Rivals.com, including a second straight All-State recognition for Division II AAA by the Tennessee Sports Writers Association. Now, usually Division II AAA in Tennessee, that's usually a lot of middle schools. I mean, not middle schools. That's geared to more like private schools like Macaulay, Brentwood Academy, those guys. So that's what Division II AAA is known for. Now, I will say this. DGG is in great company, winning the National Player of the Year award alongside the likes of Caleb Downs, Puka Nakua, Bijan Robinson, Jeremiah Smith, and Malachi Tony. I would say he's in great company with those guys who have been successful at their respective programs and their pro teams. Now, DGG is also the 4th player to win that award as a non-senior and the first to win it as a Canadian-born player. Understand something. He is averaging 11 yards per carry while rushing for 1,756 yards along with 27 touchdowns. And he also led Baylor to its 2nd Division II AAA Blue Cross Bowl State Championship in the past 4 seasons. Understand something. This man puts up numbers. I mean, the number that he did against Macaulay, not once, but twice, was phenomenal, out of this world. Understand, in that first game they played against Macaulay, he rushed for 223 yards and he scored 4 touchdowns. Then he played Macaulay again, and this time he was just out of his mind. He ended up rushing for 435 yards and he on 32 carries, and he scored 7 times. Understand something. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 times in that semifinal win. And then there were other games where he rushed over 200 yards as well. He rushed in the state title game. He finished with 211 offensive yards. and 2 touchdowns on 31 touches. So he is phenomenal. He is a man amongst boys. If you have not seen him, please pull him up on YouTube and just sit back, grab your popcorn, and just enjoy the highlights, because he's definitely a showman. He's definitely full of entertainment, and he is definitely ready for the next level. Now, let's go ahead and let's move on to the transfer portal. I want to go ahead and discuss Jadais Richard out of Miami. He decided to get in the transfer portal after the national championship game. He's been with Miami for 3 years now, but he is a senior. He has 1 more year. Evidently, he's eligible for 1 more year, it seems. But yes, he is a senior. He started out playing for Vandy in 2022. At that time, he had 6 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 2 pass defended. And then he transferred from Vandy after the 2022 season, and he transferred to the Miami Hurricanes. And in 2023, he had a total of 14 tackles, 9 solo. He had, what else? That was it. And then in 2024, he had 27 tackles total, 22 solo. He had 3 pass defenses, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. And then in 2025, he had 5 tackles, 3 solo. He had half a sack, and that was it. Excuse me. And he's out of West Monroe, Louisiana, 6'1", 195 pounds. I would assume that he'll be a great get for the secondary once again. Like, we need as many people as we can possibly get in the secondary. That was definitely a weakness for us last year. So, just looking at the transfer portal itself, it seems that has been the main focus. It seems that position just by itself has garnered 3 or 4 transfers alone. So it seems like they're trying to put us in a great place to be successful, and to be a what we like to call to be a force to be reckoned with come next season. Now, there are other areas that we need to focus on. Of course, we need a couple more defensive tackles. I would take another edge rusher, just to kind of sure it up a little bit. Linebacker room is set, bar none, probably the best, if not the best. Linebacker core, not only in the SEC, but in the nation. So very excited to see what's going to happen this season with the defense. But Jadais Richard, yes, he did come and take a visit with the University of Tennessee. Not sure what's going to come out of that, but I'm pretty sure we'll find out in the next couple of days. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the new strength and conditioning coach, Derek Owings. His first day, he said it was a bad day at the office. He definitely, got to work. Look, let's talk about something. The Tennessee production team, whoever does the production for the University of Tennessee, they're A1. They're probably the best in the country. I mean, when you show Derek Owings, getting on the flight from Miami after winning a national championship, Tennessee sends their plane, their private jet. He gets on the jet, flies to Knoxville. Next thing you know, he's meeting up with the players. He's engaging with the players, introducing himself to the players, telling them that, hey, this is just the first day, but it's not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, let's get after it. What else? He was saying things like, what did he say? He said there were plenty. Brent Hubb stated that there were plenty of puke garbage cans around for workout number 1. He said he jumped right into it. He said, and for a team that had been out of workouts for 3 or 4 weeks, that's a team that Wednesday was rough for them. He also stated that it was a bad day at the office. It was, I am here, and we are setting the tone out of the gate. He's also stated the Vols' biggest objective this season is to get more physical and in better shape. And this was an area of concern for Tennessee last season. I talked about it before, about being mentally tough, physically tough, really just being zoned in, because even Joey Aguilar mentioned it after the Illinois game. He talked about how practices were not too physical. It seemed like a lot of players were being lackadaisical in their preparation. And this is probably why we got the product that we received, that we got on the field almost every Saturday towards the end of games, where we just pretty much just gave up, especially that Vanderbilt game. They beat us into the ground. They beat our soul. They took our soul from us. They wrenched in our chest, took our heart and our spine, and shoved it down our throats. And we quit that day. We can't have that anymore. That's not what Tennessee football is all about. But against Vanderbilt, they killed all that. They destroyed it. We can't have that happen again. So anyway, like I said, great get by University of Tennessee. getting a hard-nosed guy like Derek Owings into the fold, along with his other 2 associates as well. They ended up getting a new nutritionist. I forgot her name, but she's in the fold as well. So feel really good. First year, I think is going to be fantastic. Second year is going to be phenomenal. But if first year can be phenomenal, just like Jim Knowles stated, we're not trying to be good. We're trying to be great. And I'm all for it. But anyway, what are your thoughts about not only the running back out of Baylor? How do y'all feel about him? Can we get him? I hope we can. Also, how you feel about the transfer portal? How do you feel about all the positions right now that have been filled? And also, what do you think about Derek Owens' first day on the job and how he has taken this approach to get this team to the next level, to a championship level? Hey, let me know all that in the comments. But anyway, you know who I am, Blackout Jones. You know where we're at. Just shooting the sports. And anytime I talk about that power T behind me, the one beside me, and the one that's glowing, you already know what it is. Go Big Orange, go damn Vols.
Survive.